Thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Mr. Cuff.
Yes, ma'am. I have Ms. Richardson,
Here.
Mr. Callahan,
Here.
Ms. Valerie Cook Henry,
Present.
Ms. Ivory,
Present.
Mr. Wright,
Here.
Ms. Hoff,
Present.
Mr. Tong,
Present.
and I know Miss. I have the other. I'll do the other. Mr. Bangor. I apologize.
Is he on the, no, he's
I don't
not
see
here.
him.
Mr. Bangor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Wise
Here.
and Miss. I believe the new name. I forgot her new name.
Miss Askew.
Ask you. I'm sorry. I couldn't
Morgan
read. I apologize.
Here.
Okay. Ms. Hopkins
Here.
and Ms. Boykins.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you. So I always like to give you guys a great quote. So my quote today is, life is about the impact that you have on other people's lives. Education helps provide the tools to educate one to impact people's lives. So I'll leave you with that quote. I will move on to Dr. B. Coates to present the superintendent's report.
Good evening, everyone. I will be sharing information tonight for the superintendent's report. You should see the superintendent's report, October the 24th, 2022. Thank you. There are several items that we have this evening that I want to bring to your attention. We definitely have some celebrations. We also have some thanks. Also wanted to give an update on the superintendent's advisory councils and then a few announcements. As most of you know, and I know that these wonderful people are sitting right there in front of you, this month is National Principals Month. Let's give our principals a round of applause. As you can see, I had the opportunity to celebrate our principals last week, and I just want to publicly say thank you for what you do for our students and for the William Penn School District. You can see that we were -1, but we definitely had him in spirit and in our thoughts, but I believe that he is there tonight in person. So again, thank you, principals, for what you do. Next, I also want to celebrate or congratulate Ms. Audrey Fields, who did receive a Community Leadership Award from the Episcopal Community Services at their Lights on After School Starstruck Award ceremony. Congratulations to Ms. Audrey Fields. I am so excited to share with you a successful college fair was had at the Penwood High School Green Avenue campus. As you can see, this is a picture from the event. There were over 225 students and approximately 100 parents and or guardians who attended our event. We had more than 50 colleges and universities represented. And one piece of information that really brings joy, I think, to all of us is that on that night, we did have an acceptance to a college. So our college fair was a great success, and thank you to the Penwood High School administration, staff, and teachers who made sure that this event was successful. And it's okay to give them a round of applause also. Some other special thanks I definitely want to highlight Donors Choose. They are definitely supporting our efforts in the William Penn School District. They actually funded more than $8,600 worth of initiatives. You can see on the screen different teachers at various schools were awarded, and some schools were even supported with more than one project. So thank you to Donors Choose and their support of our efforts. We are continuing with our teacher Advisory Council, our first meeting will be this month. I believe it's on Wednesday of this week. These are the representatives from each school that have asked or indicated their interest to continue to work with us. I spend time with this group to advise and to counsel with them on various initiatives and things that we're doing within the district. This is my way of ensuring that the teacher voice is included in things that we do throughout our district. We also have the same type of approach in place for families. You can see the individuals who are representing various schools, and we look forward to working with these individuals throughout this school year. Other announcements that we do partner with Young Men and Women in Charge. Their open house is October the 27th at 6 p.m. at Penwood Middle School. Individuals who are interested in participating in this event, your children will have the opportunity to participate in STEM activities, internships, robotics, college prep, and more. The great thing about this program is that it's free. So there's no charge to a family member or to a family who wants their child to participate in this event. So please come out on October the 27th at 6 o'clock p.m. at Penwood Middle School. Also want to remind individuals, this is a very important night, November the 8th, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. We will be at the Penwood High School Green Avenue campus, assisting seniors and their families to complete the FAFSA form. This is something that you have to do, so please put this date and time on your calendar. We will be there to support you. Also, Young Men and Women in Charge are also having a College and Career Expo. So if you were not able to attend the one that was held at the William Penn High School Green Avenue campus, you can definitely attend this one, which is on Saturday, November the 12th. You'll see the time and the location. You can also scan the QR code to get additional information. And lastly, today is October the 24th. I hope that you have already registered to vote. You know that we have an election that's coming up on November the 8th. So hopefully you have done your due diligence. I do want to thank you for your time this evening, and Madam President, I will turn the agenda back over to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. B. Coates. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the business meeting on September 27th, 2022?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions regarding the minutes from the business meeting on September 27th? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Can I get a motion to approve the committee meeting of the whole October 17th, 2022?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments with regard to the committee meeting of the whole from October 17th? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? All right. Now we're going to move to our remarks by student representatives. Thank you very much, Ms. Morgan Askew, Jayla Wise, Mr. Muhammad Mangora, and Paul Vandy. So we're going to start with Mr. Paul Vandy for your any comments or remarks you may have.
All right. Well, first off, hello everyone. Good evening. So I have two comments to make. First one is pretty quick. I do feel like I should voice that some students at the high school have not been really in favor of us not being able to carry on our book bags. Of course, I understand what the reason why we can't do that. I understand like why we can't, the school came to that decision, but I do feel like I should voice that students do not. There are a good few students who do not like that because they have to carry around, a large amount of books for some classes. But again, I understand why we're doing that.
Gotcha.
And second off, I had a student come up to me concerned about this concern was regarding to school trips. So basically, their concern was that since that I think now that the transportation fees are factored into the school trips a lot of the times when they're paying for it, they voiced a concern that because that's factored in, the prices for these trips are getting higher. So that might be a barrier for some students who want to come to some of these trips because the price is jumping maybe by double. Some students who would like to come to these trips, like to different events, they may not be able to. And I also know there was a problem last year, I believe, where the last year's senior class was able to go to their own end of year senior trip because of issues with transportation and getting the money in for those buses. So I want to know if there's any way where the board can come to help, like maybe lower those prices for the buses or help cover some of that, just so we don't have any issues with like getting the buses in order to go to these trips, or having certain students not being able to go to these trips when they really want to.
Thank you for voicing your concern on that, and also the student that spoke up. I have been in discussion prior to this, definitely about just the cost of our trips and things. Things have went up due to the cost of certain things to be able to do certain activities. I know that what we used to do, and I've seen it within the past year, when students want to go on trips, even school board directors have donated. We go to alumni and we donate so people can have the opportunity to be able to go on these trips. So we can take another look at it. Dr. B. Coates, Dr. Lee, we can come together and probably put our heads together on some of that information to come back and figure out what we can do. Can you give an example of how much a trip is?
No. You folks want to say it?
Dr. B. Coates, you have the floor.
Yes, I was just going to say that we have designated a senior class advisor. And so what I am suggesting is that for those students who have challenges, let's work with the senior class advisor and the school principal to identify who those individuals are. And then we will come back to the board if there is assistance that is needed.
So if we have a trip, people need to be vocal about if they're having any type of financial issues, not being able to purchase a ticket or things of that nature. So that goes to let you know that we do help if someone is in need of a ticket for a trip or something of that nature. So people have to express that concern, and then Dr. B. Coates and Dr. Lee, they look at the numbers and see what we can do.
All right.
Because
So
our goal is to make sure that nobody misses the opportunity.
Yeah. So the thing is that let people know that we are working on trying to figure out some type of aid. But with that being said, trips are going to be a little, I don't know how much it is at this time for any trips that are currently scheduled, but trips are going to be somewhat costly. You know, we could take a look at transportation, but we do have to pay for transportation. Gas has went up as well, but these are things that we can take a look at.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I would definitely like, if that's the case, to have maybe like an email sent out to students or parents, or maybe like some announcements in the schools, so students know like who to go to. They have these concerns about like funding or being able to pay for these trips. Because I can only talk to so many people, of course. I can only talk to like the people around me. So announcements or emails or things like that were sent out. That might be helpful to reach like a lot of students so they know who to go to when they have these concerns.
Okay.
I also think, if I may, on the form that advertises the trip, if it said, you know, if money is a problem, please see. And then, you know,
Yeah, advisors. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. The advisors come
yeah,
back and
we'll figure it out then.
We always try to make a way. I can honestly say that. Like if there's anyone that has been left out for financial concerns, I haven't heard about that. But what I will say is we usually come together, even when it comes down to our gowns for graduation. There have been school board directors and alumni to step up to help. So I just want you to know we are actively helping and we're willing to help. And we'll make sure we'll follow up with that email and information to go out.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Do you have any other comments or concerns?
That'll be all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yep. All right. Thank you, Mr. Vandy. Now we're going to go to Mr. Bangora, our 11th grade representative. Hey, Mr. Bangora.
How you doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right. So, a couple of days ago, I remember my English teacher, Miss Kowalski. We talked about how students needed more time during their fourth period to get themselves situated. By the time students get their lunch, they only have a limited amount of time to sit down and eat. Some students also try and catch up on work during their fourth period, but we feel that the amount of time given to us isn't enough. We believe giving us a free period or an extended fourth period would be the solution. That way kids would have enough time to have a mental break from school, reflect on what they need to achieve, move forward to their next class, and just have more time to reflect on themselves. We hope by doing this, the schedule isn't changed too much, but we want to let our fellow students and staff know we care about their mental health.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bangor. Dr. Picos, do you want to make a response to that?
We will definitely look into that. Mr. Bangor, I appreciate you bringing that to our attention. I will work with Dr. Lee and her staff on that. One of the things we do have to take into consideration though is that there is a required amount of hours that we have to have for instruction as dictated by the state of Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, lunch is not included as a part of that calculation, but we will look into it and see what modifications we can make for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, most definitely.
Thank you, Mr. Van Gora. Now we're going to go to our student rep, Ms. Jayla Wise, our 10th grade student rep.
So I would just want to say, congratulations to all the principals and all that.
Thank you.
And also, hi, this is me in person finally. So both Paul and Muhammad already glossed over it. The whole backpack situation, and again, I understand why we're not allowed to carry them around, but like what he said, a lot of students are carrying around like binders and like textbooks and all that from classes, especially like me, I carry around a binder and an AP Psych book. So carrying all that around and having to hold all that along with a Chromebook,
It could be a lot.
it could be a lot.
Yeah.
And I understand why we can't have bags because the whole safety threat that it poses, but maybe like a drawstring bag or like something like that we could probably carry around.
Yeah, remember we used to do see-through bags? I'm not sure, Dr. B. Coates, if you would like to speak on this issue.
That is something that we're definitely looking into as it relates to safety. We have had preliminary conversations with the senior high school, specifically Green Avenue campus. And so that's something that's still under development. I know that we're also planning on conducting a family/parent meeting that will be sponsored by the Home School Association, so that we can start bringing families into the conversation. So it's not us necessarily dictating what will happen. We're looking for creative solutions. So stay tuned for more information about this item, and we're hoping that by mid-November, we'll be able to provide more clarity on what some options are going forward.
Thank you very much, Dr. B. Coates. Ms. Wise, does that help you
Yep,
in
that
some
does
way?
help a lot for that topic. And then another issue that I had, so it's not me per se, but it's a bunch of kids so I have 4C lunch.
Okay.
And since the 10th graders we eat in the auxiliary gym, it's kind of different from how it works from the cafeteria.
Okay.
So the issue that I've had from a lot of students like telling me like there's not enough lunch during the 4C lunch in the auxiliary gym.
So you're running out of food, or it's just not food in that auxiliary gym?
It's like we're running out of food quickly, because since it's kind of like if you don't get there early enough, you basically don't eat. And it's only some students have been saying something about it, but I just thought it would be good to bring it up here.
Yes, that's good information.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. That's the first I'm ever hearing of this. And we will address it. I know that there is an administrator in all of the lunches, so I'm a little surprised that we would not have made sure that students have something to eat, but I will follow up appropriately with the administration and the staff, and we will ensure that that does not continue to occur.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And we'll bring this back up next meeting too, just a question and ask, are you hearing the same complaints?
All right.
Okay, and concerns. Thank you very much for that. All right, and then we're going to go to our 9th grade rep, Ms. Morgan Askew.
Thank you. I was speaking with some of the students who were eligible to take the Keystone last year, and some of them didn't pass, so they were concerned with the remediation on that, because our teachers didn't really talk about it. So we were just a little bit concerned of how to, prepare for that test again this year.
First of all, that is an awesome question. I'm so glad that you're concerned about the Keystones and the results. So you floored me with that. Dr. B. Coates, do you want to respond to that with regard to her questions about the Keystones, those that did not pass? What will they do to be able to perform better for the next time that they have to take them? That's the question that Ms. Askew has.
Because we were told we had to remediate ourselves, and our teachers just couldn't do anything, so we didn't know.
You were told that you had to remediate yourselves?
Yeah, that's what our math teacher was told, so he didn't really know how to help us, so we didn't know how to help ourselves.
Okay, well, Dr. B. Coates can help us.
First I want to apologize that you received that message. We do have resources that are available to help support students. I do know that there is a homework help club, and then I know that we also can provide tutoring services because we do partner with an outside entity to help our students. So I will definitely follow up on this item And you will hear something within probably about 3 days on what support we can provide for students as it relates to mathematics.
Thank you.
Sure, you're more than welcome.
Are there any other questions or concerns?
No, that was it.
Okay, all right, well, thank you very much from our student reps. Next, we will be going to our special awards. And we are going to recognize our principals today. First and foremost, I want to have Ms. Val, our Chair of Education, present you with a token of recognition. So, Ms. Val, you have the floor.
Well, I think there's a process that has been established for
Yes.
the evening.
Yes.
So we're going to just implement that.
Okay.
But while I do have the floor, on behalf of the Board of Directors, we are very happy that you were able to come just so that we could express our sincere appreciation for all that you do. So we will move along as was planned.
Oh, no, this is the segment.
I know, but there's a process, right?
Oh. Sorry, let me mind my business.
And Board of Directors,
Okay.
if you all will stand up, please.
Okay, thank you. See, I'm new to this process. I'm new.
I believe Ms. Brown is there. She is directing people accordingly.
It is so nice to see all of our principals here. Seriously, I love it. Come on, don't be shy. We don't fight. She gonna shake everybody. We gotta shake hands. Oh, no. We can bump this. We gonna fist pump. You know, there we go. Bringing that energy. Thank you. We gonna fist pump. Bringing that energy, guys. Let me get back here. Thank you
Like,
for all
past
that you
pictures
do.
take all this time.
Thank you.
I'm officially not there.
Thank you. As you're making your way back to your seats, you know, principals, I just want to say thank you for all that you do. We know that we are in some trying times, and you're seeing some things and dealing with some things that you've never had to deal with in leadership. And, you know, I just appreciate the work that you're doing, the communication, the nuances, the innovation. And if you hadn't heard even the back to school nights, I like how you innovated and brought different things. Like Mr. Denenza, you had the parent mixer, like put a little twist to it. And just thank you for all that you do and your energy, because we know it's not easy. And I also want to say everyone needs to purchase this book. Okay? This book is called Better Friends. Losing is part of the journey. Okay, by our principal, Mr. Joe Williams. Okay? And we need to support one another. We need to support one another. So thank you, Mr. Williams, for bringing this, and I'm definitely going to dive in and give some reviews, some awesome reviews. So thank you for that. With that being said, we're going to go right into any public comments regarding any of our agenda items. Any public comments that anybody from the public? All right, any online? Does anyone see a hand raised?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I do see that Miss Leona Torres has, oh no, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. No, I do not see any hands up.
No,
Oh,
her
yes,
hand
I
is
do.
up.
Her hand is up. I apologize. Miss Torres.
Okay, Ms. Torres, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I just want to congratulate Principal Curry and Principal Demenza. The Torres family appreciates everything that you do.
Thank you very much, Ms. Torres, for that. Did y'all, principals, did y'all hear?
Oh, boy.
All right. So are there any other hands up in the chats? Does anyone see anything? Just want to make sure. All right, moving right along. We're going to go to our committee reports. All right. Say it again. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I skipped over one. Communications, Mr. Cuff. Are there any communications?
There are no communications.
Okay, thank you for that. Now we're going to go to our committee reports. All right. We're going to start with our Community Relations Committee agenda. I'm going to read that for Ms. Llewellyn, Ms. Richardson, our chair. Okay. So A1, American Education Week is November 14th through the 18th. Bye, principals. Thank you very much. Get some rest. They took that first beeline out of you. They said, that was like a council meeting. Okay. Hello, how are you? American Education Week is November 14th through November 18th. American Education Week is co-sponsored by the National Education Association, the National Parent Teacher Association, the National School Public Relations Association, and other national education associations as a time to support and raise awareness about public schools. The 101st annual observance of American Education Week is November 14th through the 18th, 2022. The first observance of the American Education Week occurred December 4th through the 10th, 1921, with the NEA and American Legion as the co-sponsors. A year later, the then U.S. Office of Education joined the effort as a co-sponsor, and the PTA followed in 1938. The NEA's recurring theme for AEW observance is Great Public Schools, a basic right and our responsibility, and reflects the NEA's call upon America to provide students with quality public schools so they can grow, prosper, and achieve in the 21st century. American Education Week is a time for saluting our public schools and the relationships between all school employees, students, parents, and communities. More information about the American Education Week can be found on the National Education Association website at www.nea.org. American Education Week proclamation: whereas public schools are the backbone of our democracy, providing young people with the tools they'll need to maintain our nation's precious values of freedom, civility, and equality. And whereas equipping young Americans with both practical skills and broader intellectual abilities, schools give them hope for and access to a productive future. And whereas education employees, be they custodians, teachers, bus drivers, coaches, librarians, administrators, instructional assistants, nurses, counselors, secretaries, or board members, work tirelessly to serve our children and communities with care and professionalism. And as whereas American Education Week presents all Americans with an opportunity to celebrate public education and honor individuals who are making a difference in ensuring that every child receives a quality education. And whereas schools are community bridges, bringing together adults and children, educators and volunteers, business leaders and elected officials in a common enterprise. Now therefore, the Board of School Directors of the William Penn School District does hereby proclaim November 16th through the 20th, 2022, as an annual observance of American Education Week. Proclaim the 24th day of October 22nd. The motion is to approve the 2022 American Education Week proclamation. Oh, wait, not yet. Oh,
You can,
Oh, okay,
because
yep.
it's the only.
Okay, got you. Everybody, okay, so moved.
Second.
Any comments? Okay. Any comments or questions?
Slow down, President.
Any comments? Okay, all those in favor? All those against? Okay, informational items. A2, personalized learning community, the PLC transfer window. This is very important. The William Penn School District personalized learning community will offer a transfer window for students wishing to transfer into or out of the district's cyber program. This will aid in the student's transition, grade transfers, and continuity of academic programming. The transfer window is November 7th through the 21st, 2022. During that time, the PLC will take enrollment applications for students who wish to enter the program. Students will begin on Monday, January 30th, 2023 at the start of the second semester. PLC enrollment applications will be available on our website at www.williampennschooldistrict.org. A3, Young Men and Women in Charge, which you heard from Dr. B. Coach, Young Women and Men in Charge offers programs for students in grades 3 through 11. The programs are designed to increase students' appreciation for STEM with scholar groups that provide opportunities, projects, and challenges that stimulate real-world activities. The programs offer hands-on projects that demonstrate the fun and challenging side of STEM and STEM careers. Teenage scholars can also participate in leadership, college, and career readiness based activities. The YMWIC organization is free for William Penn School District students. Young Women and Men in Charge is hosting an open house for students in grades 3 through 11 and their families to learn more about the program. Open house will take place on Thursday, October 27th at 6 p.m. at Penwood Middle School, 121 Summit Street, and refreshments will be provided. Just want to urge everyone to get out to that because of the fact that it's a great program and you get to also shadow as well.
I would like to, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, I was just commenting as I was going on. I got you. As soon as I'm finished.
Okay.
A4, Penwood High School hosting FAFSA form completion night, which you also heard earlier. The Penwood High School Counseling Department with assistance from representative from PHEAA, will hold a FAFSA form completion night on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. The event will be held in the library at the Penwood High School, 100 Green Avenue. The purpose of the event is to assist Penwood High School seniors and their parents and guardians in completing and submitting the FAFSA, which the acronym Free Application for Federal Student Aid form for financial aid for college. The following required for both the student and parent guardian. You're going to have to bring 2021's W-2 forms and 2021's completed tax return forms. You're also going to have to bring, if applicable, alien registration number if you're not a U.S. citizen. Also, you're going to bring your FSA ID, which is a username and password used to log in to many of the Department of Education websites. It's also the electronic signature needed in order to electronically sign a FAFSA form. It will take 1 of the 3 days for the Social Security Administration to verify your information and allow use of the FSA ID. So you need to do that ahead of time. Visit the Federal Student Aid website at www.studentaid.gov to apply for our FSA ID. Number 4 is review the student aid website at www.studentaid.gov prior to the workshop. And then also you can contact Ms. Tracy Felder, our counselor, at 610-284-8080, extension 2162, if you have any questions. A5 is our Young Men and Women in Charge 17th Annual College Fair Expo. As you heard Dr. B. Coates state, our Young Women and Men in Charge will host the 17th Annual College and Career Expo on November 12th, 2022 at B. Reed Henderson School, is 400 Montgomery Avenue, Westchester, PA 19380, from 9 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. Representatives from colleges and universities, as well as a corporate and community partners, will be available to interact one-on-one with students and parents, guardians, and provide information. So if you weren't able to make our college fair, you should try to get to this one. Topics covered by college and university representatives: being a first-generational college student, college essays, FAFSA, which is financial aid, living on your own, and goal setting. These are great topics. Topics covered by corporate and business partners are STEM careers, HR careers, career readiness. Topics to be covered by community members, community partners, are financial literacy and social services. If you need more information, visit www.ymwicfoundation.org to register. And that concludes my agenda for our community relations. We've already did our motion. Any questions or comments? Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just so excited because I remember I attended the program when Dr. Beagle was being honored with young men and women, and I was just so impressed with that organization. I'm just happy and ecstatic that they're coming to be here. So I will definitely be at the program Thursday, and I also encourage the board if you need to see this wonderful group and see how many of our students are involved in the organization. I went to an event several weeks ago, and a young man came up to me and remembered me for being at the affair, and he was saying that he hoped he would see me again, and hopefully we had more students that would participate in the program. So it's a great program. So I would definitely encourage us, as Monique said, to come out there Thursday.
Yes, any parents that are trying to get their children involved in STEM, you please register your child for that. I just also want to just double down on the PLC transfer window. Parents, if you are trying to get your child into PLC, please make sure you follow this, November 7th through the 21st. And then also just wanted to piggyback on FAFSA night. You know, that's one of the biggest things that our parents struggle with, is filling out that FAFSA form. And it's not easy. And, you know, I really like this year how they're telling you what you need in order to get started. You know, letting our parents know that they need to have their tax returns from 2021. You know, all of that is important. So I just want to urge parents, please come out to this so you can get some help. You don't want to wait last minute. I've seen situations where students do not fill out their FAFSA form, and then they go to the school and they don't get their financial aid. They don't have enough money to cover first semester. So parents, please, we offer this. Please come out, and students, let your parents know. Thank you.
Okay, on that with the FAFSA, because I know I had.
Hold one second. We're gonna give you a place. You'll be able to comment on agenda items, and you can say that. Thank you so much, though. I definitely want to hear from you. Moving to the Education Committee agenda, Ms. Val Cook-Henry.
They already did.
We did. Yep. We all. Yep. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Val.
For our Education Committee agenda this evening, we have two items. B1, expulsion waiver agreements, and there are two motions as well. And the first is to move to approve the terms of the expulsion waiver agreement negotiated between the William Penn School District and the parents of students 10242048042 and 10241468662 as indicated above. B2, approve the Future Ready Comprehensive Plan shared by our principals at our last education meeting, and the motion is to approve the 8 Title I Future Ready Comprehensive Plans as submitted by the 8 elementary schools in the William Penn School District.
Thank you, Ms. Valerie Cook-Henry. Can I get, yeah. All the, well, any said second, okay. All those in favor, are there any questions, comments or questions? All right, no comments or questions. All those in favor? Aye. All those against? All right, hearing none. Thank you, Ms. Fallon. All right, going to our Personnel Committee agenda, read by our chair, Ms. Wadia Ivory.
Good evening, everyone. The superintendent recommends the following personnel actions. C1, retirement. A, professional staff, Maria Mahalik, grade 5 teacher at Colwyn, effective 1/3/2023. Ms. Mahalik has been with the district since October 4th, 2021, and we would wish her well in her next endeavor. The motions to approve the retirement as indicated above. C2, resignations. C3, appointments. I'll just read through the appointments. Welcoming the staff. Emily Hahn, art teacher at Evans and Parkland Elementary. Leslie Nelson, grade 6 teacher at East Lansdowne Elementary. Caitlin Petrilek, music teacher at Ardmore Colwyn Elementary. Support staff, Michelle Ferreri, instructional assistant at Alden. Byron Johnson, school safety officer district-wide, and Paul Solomon, instructional assistant at Walnut Street. Welcome. We would just like to welcome you all to the district. And the motions to approve the appointments as indicated above with salaries prorated by start date contingent on receipt of appropriate clearances and physicals as required by law. C4, changes in assignment. C5, leaves of absence. C6, mentors. C7, miscellaneous appointments. C8, tenure awards. And I'll read the following professional staff qualify for tenure after completion of 3 years of satisfactory employment under a temporary professional contract and are eligible to receive a professional contract. Alexandra Ashajan, Michelle Calhoun, Jessica Human, Sarah Rowan, Monica Schultz, Susan Siegel, and Nathan Watcher. Congratulations on your tenure status. C9, salary track changes. C10, miscellaneous personnel items. C11, modifications to previously approved items. Appointments. Tanisha Staggs, Social Studies LTS at Penwood Middle School. C12, additions to the agenda. Appointment professional staff Patrick Hine, music teacher for Bell Avenue Elementary School. And again, welcome to the district. C13, miscellaneous personnel items. C14, tenure awards. Jennifer D'Angelo, Leslie Hargrove, Leah Kesselman, Jennifer Locker, and Brian McCloskey. Congratulations on your tenure as well. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? I do have just one quick question about the C13A. Why is that just coming down?
Sorry,
Summer enrichment program staffing. Why are we just seeing that now from me?
Can you hear me, Mel?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, great. These supplementals were not filled when we did the initial round of applications and interviews in May and June. So they were reposted and then folks could apply and they've been added to the agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Good thing.
Yeah, yes, it's for last summer, correct?
So you're talking about the summer enrichment personnel?
Oh, yeah.
That was because Mr. Lindeman's course runs over the time that was allotted, so we wanted to make certain that his hours verified what was submitted.
Okay. Okay.
That's the advanced course. That's the advanced calculus course. The students in preparation for the calculus classes coming up.
Okay, but that was for this past summer, correct? Not
Yes,
okay.
that happened
Just wanted
this
to
summer
make
with the other summer enrichment programs.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Oh, sorry. All those against? All right, hearing none, seeing none. Now we're gonna go to D, our property committee agenda, read by our chair, Mr. Jan Tong.
Thank you, President Boykin. We have D1, additional classrooms at elementary schools. Based on recent demographic studies and live birth report, the administration recommends constructing additional classrooms as follows. 4 additional classrooms at East Lansdowne Elementary School, 8 additional classrooms at Bell Avenue Elementary School, 2 additional classrooms at an elementary in Darby to be determined. The motion is to approve the construction of additional classrooms at elementary schools as indicated above. D2, cost estimates for the construction of additional classrooms at elementary schools. The administration recommends approval for representatives from KCBA Architects to develop cost estimates for the construction of additional classrooms as follows. 4 additional classrooms at East Lansdowne Elementary School, 8 additional classrooms at Bell Avenue Elementary School, 2 additional classrooms at an elementary school in Darby to be determined. Motion is to authorize representatives from KCBA Architects to develop cost estimates for the construction of additional classrooms as indicated above. That concludes my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Tong. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, questions, comments, concerns? Any questions?
Idea has her raised.
Yes.
I just have a request if we could put a motion to table this for further discussion.
Both items?
Both items, yes, please.
Okay, so there's a motion to table, and we'll do it as one motion. There's a motion to table D1 and D2.
So moved.
Well, she already made the motion,
Second,
you'll
second,
second.
Okay.
Technically, under Robert's rules, there's not any discussion on a motion to table, you just call it.
Okay.
So, since it's I would do a roll call on this, since it's not a normal motion.
Gotcha. Mr. Cuff?
Yes, ma'am.
We would like to do a motion to table, and then we would like to do a roll call vote on the motion to table.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Richardson?
Let me follow you. You said to table D1 and D2?
Yeah,
Yes.
so it will not be, there'll be no action this evening. It would automatically show up on the next business meeting agenda.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Mr. Callahan? Ms. Cook Henry?
Yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Tong?
No.
Ms. Hoff?
No.
And Ms. Ivory?
Yes.
And Ms. Hopkins?
Yes.
And Ms. Boykins?
Yes.
David, a question.
Yeah.
Given the new rules for 24-hour agenda, and this modification was not made to the agenda before, it doesn't pertain?
Removing an item, no, you
Okay.
still have the right to table an item.
All right,
Putting,
thank you.
adding something is more problematic.
Thank
Once
you.
it's on there and people can talk, you're okay.
Okay.
Ms. Boykins?
Yes.
So for clarity, Mr. Khan, this does go back on the agenda item for next month's meeting?
Yes.
Yes, under Robert's rules, a tabled item automatically goes on the next agenda.
I just want to make sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Point order going to be tabled again?
Yes, but if the intent is to get rid of it, it's actually, you're supposed to vote it down rather than keep tabling it. But there's no limit on the right to table.
So, okay, yes, Mr. Wright.
What was the vote?
5-4.
5-4.
Yes.
I hope everyone will come to the next property meeting and talk about it.
Yes. So, what, I don't know if everybody heard what Jen said on the call, on the Zoom, thank you. She said she hopes everyone comes to the next property meeting. So for Board of Directors, more discussion definitely needs to be held on this subject, and I am urging everyone to please show up at the next property meeting so we can iron out any differences, so we can talk about what some of our concerns are, and hopefully, you know, we will be ready by the next meeting to make this vote. But as Mr. Khan said, these items will be coming up again at our next meeting, so we have to make a decision on these items. Okay? Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Okay. Going to E, Budget and Finance Committee agenda, read by our chair, Ms. Jen Hall.
Thank you, Ms. Boykins. E1, Treasurer's Report. E2, List of Bills. I resolve, Ms. Boykins. Can I get a second?
Second, I'm sorry.
Any comments, questions, or concerns with regard to the Budget Finance agenda? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? All right. And F, our Policy Committee agenda is going to be read by Ms. Joy Hopkins, our chair.
Thank you, Ms. Boykins. Two items on the agenda. F1, second reading of amended policy 805 and 808. The policy 805 references emergency preparedness and response under our operations, and policy 808 references food services also under our operations. Motion is to approve the second reading and adoption of the William Penn School District amended policies 805 and 808 and to enter such readings into the minutes. F2, first reading of new and amended policies 236.1, 610.1, and 805.2. Those policies, 236.1 is threat assessment under pupils. Policy 610.1 is the business diversity in the procurement of materials and contracted services. That's under finances. Policy 805.2 is under school security personnel under operations. Motion is to approve the first readings of the William Penn School District new and amended policies, number 236.1, 610.1, and 805.2, and to enter such readings into the minutes.
So moved.
I moved already, I need a second.
Oh, you moved. All right, second, okay. Second.
Any questions, comments, or concerns? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those against? All right, hearing none. All right, now we're going to go to our solicitor's report.
Just to announce that there was an executive session immediately preceding tonight's business meeting on October 24th to discuss 5 separate personnel issues.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Old business, Mr. Cuff? Mr. Cuff, old business?
Sorry, I was trying to find my mute button. There are no old business.
New business?
No, ma'am.
All right. No old, no new. All right, so we're going to go to our reports. Our first report is our Delaware County Community College report by Mr. Wright.
Thank you. College received major state commitment from funding to support the new $66.5 million state-of-the-art community campus in Upper Darby, Delaware County and Chester County, Pennsylvania. Today, Delaware County Community College received notification from the Pennsylvania Department of Education approving funding to support the college's new state-of-the-art Southeast campus. New campus is on the site of the former Archbishop Pendergrass High School near Lansdowne Avenue and Garrett Road in Upper Darby. The department is happy to have funding assistance for this critical project, say the letter received by College President Dr. L. Joy Gates Black today. from Pennsylvania Department of Education, Acting Secretary Eric Harity, and an estimated amount of $66.5 million. The Department of Education will provide 50% of the annual expenses of the project. This state funding will significantly help Delaware County Community College transform the former high school into a community-empowered education training campus that will benefit the region, said Dr. Gates Black. We are grateful to our Board of Trustees, sponsoring school district, elected officials, School Chamber of Commerce, representative community leaders, residents for helping to bring this extensive community enhancing initiative closer to fruition. The college plan to transfer a 7.5 acre portion of approximately 30 acres property into a new full-service campus that will feature education, training programs, and high-priority occupations such as early childhood education, culinary art, healthcare, advanced manufacturing, biomedical technology, skilled trades, and other emerging career fields. New campus will include science lab, gymnasium, cafeteria, and courtyard with outdoor seating. Integral to the new Southeast campus will be an innovative early childhood learning center, ECLC. The ELC will be operated by the YMCA at Eastern Delaware County and will serve as a learning lab for students enrolled in the college early childhood education program. The ECLC will be able to accommodate 140 children, providing much needed child care to students and residents. And finally, in addition, for the first time in 55-year history, the college plans to build its own hospitality center that will feature state-of-the-art kitchen to meet the growing demand for skilled workers in hospitality management and culinary art field. The new Southeast campus also include a Center for Workforce Development, Community Success, which will serve as a center of innovation dedicated to workforce training leaders in associate degree and short-term certificate and high-priority occupation such as advanced manufacturing, electromechanical machine, tool and computer, control technology, in addition to workforce training. This center will provide community service and support, which will include a computer laboratory, meeting space, community education programs, and a broad range of resources available to the surrounding community. I would just like to add to this that one of the things I'm really excited that I know you would like it, that I'm going to see that it happens, that Delaware County would allow all of us to use their gymnasium, which would be open to the community. That was something that Dr. Black, was pushing, but she's going to be retiring in the next couple of weeks. And December, we should be hiring our new president, replacing Dr. Gates Black. And it will be, unfortunately, when they said it was going to be a short meeting, it wasn't. so I didn't leave about 9:15, but what happened was, you always hear me say I had 15 years and 10 months, but there was someone had about 40 years, Mike from Ridley. He decided that night to resign as the chairman of the liaison. So we will probably have an open spot for going to be the next liaison chairperson. And we also, in the immediate future, we're going to be reviewing maybe 2 members from the communities surrounding to become the Board of Trustees. So I will save the rest of my report for next month. But first of all, I'd like to thank, my mom always told me to have good manners. First of all, I'd like to really thank all the board members who attended the appreciation dinner. It was an overwhelming success. It probably was our crowd. And I guess everybody was happy to see each other dealing with the pandemic. And the food was very good. So thank you, everybody. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. That concludes my report.
You're welcome. Thank you. I just want to say that meeting, that presentation was really good for all, everyone. Just so you know, Delaware County is really, really working on a lot of different things for us. And it was an awesome opportunity to see like where we're working at right now, the reconstruction, they're at that point too. They're picking architects, they're making bids and things of that nature. So it was awesome to see the work that they're putting in. And to look at everything they're doing to try to make the buildings match and things like that. So it was really cool, and I'm looking forward to it too, for us to have the opportunity to be able to use some of that new space that they're having. Hopefully their computer lab, they're also gonna have a computer lab there, and hopefully it'll be open to the community. And we're talking about right where Prendy and Bonner is, just for our student reps, so you can understand, DCC is building a whole nother campus. and which would allow our students to have access. Say if you're trying to do dual enrollment or something of that nature, you can go right there. So you might not have known what he was talking about, but I wanted to let you know so you can understand that the community is really, really working to try to build up and do more for our students.
And what I'm going to do, I had a report from the PowerPoint, and I figured we don't want to rush it, so what I would come, I really want the young people to get involved. And so I will come back next month, I will read what we have in the PowerPoint, I can get some of the comments and make sure all the board members receive it.
Yeah.
And it was just fantastic. And my other thing, we can't let Upper Darby beat us out with the spaces.
And we had students there too, for their dual enrollment program. We had some, I believe it was 1 or 2 representatives from Penwood that had stated how long they had been in the program and what the program had done for them. So it was very exciting to see that. And our numbers for dual enrollment were around about 400 and 460.
So it's up there.
Yeah, we're 468, I believe that's our number. But we want to keep rising. Who is it that has 1,000 plus?
Upper Darby.
Yeah, okay, so we want to keep that, but definitely something we need to keep advocating for. But I just wanted to share, it was an awesome opportunity to see how it really works. All right, thank you, Mr. Wright, for that. Next, we'll have a report from our Delaware County Intermediate Unit from Ms. Joy Hopkins.
Good evening, everyone. The last meeting was held on October the 5th, where our student reps made their report. We also have reporting from the Legislative Council. Please see the website regarding the too many for me to mention this evening, programs of the IU that support our students in the career and tech, special ed services, and Head Start. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hopkins. Next, we're going to go to our Delaware County Legislative Council report by Ms. Jen Hall.
Thank you, Ms. Boykins. Good news, bad news report.
Hit us with the bad first.
Your legislators are home getting elected. And so there is no pending legislation. Everything right up there right now is posturing. But after the election and committee reassignments, there will be some heavy activity trying to test our new governor, whoever he shall be. And it's going to be very serious for districts like ours. So I'll be coming at you hard because we need to advocate for ourselves, or some very non-progressive items can happen while we're at the wheel.
And Jen, this election, who are the titles? To let everyone know, you got governor running.
We have governor, you have deputy governor, lieutenant governor, and PA senator.
All your congresspeople are up.
Yeah.
All your state senators are up.
Yeah.
So this election, I'm just saying, it's just so important because
vote. I think the high school will be giving extra credit for those students that vote. Please vote. There's no reason not to vote. I don't care how you vote. Please vote.
And don't just go up there and pick a name. Please just don't go up there and just pick a name. Please know who you're voting for, because you never know where we are at the voting point, you know? So your one vote may take us over. So just please know who you're voting for. Don't go up there and just click, because I've seen some Instagram things where people said, I voted, and they're just clicking, you know, and let's not do
Well,
that.
you don't get to click anymore. It's all dots.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Please vote and take your family, go out for breakfast afterwards, come to my house for breakfast afterwards. If you want to work at the polls, please see your local community or myself.
Do you hear that?
We would
Anybody that's
love
looking
to
to
have
work at
you.
a poll, please contact your local community rep or contact Ms. Jen Hall. Thank you for that, Jen.
No problem.
Any other questions or comments, anything from that? All right, so just before we adjourn, oh, I'm sorry, not adjourn. We have a few more things. First and foremost, we have a comment from citizens regarding non-agenda items, but you did have a comment about an agenda item, and I said y'all was going to let you speak on that. So what you want to do is you want to just come to the podium, you want to state your name and the area that you live in, and then you have the floor.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Glad to be here today and thank everybody. My name is Sonia Askew Green, and I live in Darby. So none of my children attended, Darby School, but my grandchildren do. And but my concern is with my granddaughter Morgan. And this is, although I'm not there yet dealing with the FAFSA form, and I'm looking at like the dates, and I know like yesteryear ago when I had to do that for my daughter, dealing with the FAFSA, when the students start filling out the FAFSA, is it this date, the one and done, meaning that will they have counselors to help them? Because, from my experience filling them out, I was on time, but then I was missing some stuff, and we was trying to find out who could help us, and at the last minute, we got the help. So I don't want that to be the last minute for the seniors, so I want to get started, and I'm, still want to finish learning how to fill it out because I haven't filled out the FAFSA form in probably about 10, 12 years. So I want to be ready for, my granddaughter, give her all the help that she needs, so when she's picking out, the colleges she wants to attend, we want to make sure, scholarships, we can get scholarships, or if not, we have money. We can, do the, borrowing the money. So we want to make sure for the FAFSA where we have the people in place, counselors, teachers to help with the, filling out the FAFSA form for the students, because we do see the students do go to the college and next thing you know, they can't attend the time that they're supposed to, and that's sad.
Yeah.
So if we want our students to, be able to go to college, I want to make sure that everybody is on board.
Yeah.
And we don't, close the door, we don't look away and say, hey, or the schools have the bragging rights to say, hey, that this student come here. We want to make sure when those forms are filled out, they are filled out correctly, and they do get to go to the college that they want to go to, if you understand what I'm saying.
I totally understand what you're saying, and you're talking about preparation. And
Yes.
As far as right now, we do just have one night for it. But
Okay.
at the bottom of this, you'll see it says contact Ms. Tracy Felder, our counselors. This program is ran specifically, or this night is ran specifically by our counseling
Okay.
department. So our counselors are hands-on and they're
Okay.
involved in this. And then once you're there, if you have any questions, you can get our counselors' information to be
Okay.
able to follow up with them if you have any other questions or concerns.
Okay.
Dr. B. Coates and staff admin, does anybody want to follow up what I just said and correct me, or,
No, you're absolutely correct, Ms. Boyd.
Oh, Ms. Felder's on?
No,
Okay.
she said she's awesome.
Oh, okay, awesome. Okay, thank you, Dr. B. Coates. Thank you, Ms. Stewart.
So the only component that I would suggest is to get the FSA component done prior to going.
Yes,
Because that
number
does
3.
take days, several days to get authorized on the Social Security side. So when you do show up, you can complete the form with this
Okay.
component. So that's the only one that I think you need to do prior to going. Again, you might reach out to Ms. Felder to help to get that completed so that you're prepared to go.
Okay.
And you're preparing for your freshman granddaughter, correct?
Yes, only reason why, because,
No, that's good. No,
as you said that before, and it's not as easy as everybody thinking it is, because, your family, everybody is different. And, a lot of times, I struggle because I was married and we had the income, although we didn't have the money, but we had the income, and we had 401k plans, and we had, some of them we had to cash in.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, and, when you got your child there and, you don't have the funds, and they looking like, hey, I want to go. So, you try to get out there. Yes, we do tell our children, hey, if we poor, so get the good grades, try to, see what type of scholarships can we get, because as parents, we don't know everything. I stay involved so that way I can know what we can get. So again, I'm here because I want to be ready. So by the time she go and whatever college she picked, I want to make sure she get to go, because I don't want no surprises, and I don't want her to be disappointed, and I don't want her to pick a college that she really don't want to go to.
So I'm here advocating for my granddaughter and for the rest of the students as well.
Yeah, so the good news is, it's changed a lot better from 10 years ago.
Yes.
And you don't have to manually upload that information anymore. It
Okay.
just connects to your federal income tax portal.
Okay.
And I'll be around in 3 years if you want help.
Okay,
I'm
very
happy to
good.
help you. I've done the form like 15 times, and I'm good.
Okay.
She surely
All
will.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Ms. Green, I just want to say, we are not poor. We are rich in the mind.
Yes, we are rich
We
in the
are rich in the
mind.
mind. And she will keep her GPA up.
Yes,
And
she
we will
will.
execute and get all the scholarships and grants we possibly
I'm
can.
good. We are
Because
working
poor
on it.
is a mindset.
Yes,
We
it is.
rich. We
It's
rich.
a mindset,
I
but-
just want you to know that we rich. That's all.
Oh, yeah, I'm rich in the spirit and all that, but, you know, you know, thank God I was able to send my children to college because of their good grades, and back then what they asked. So that's the reason why I said things do change, things do change, and I struggle with that FAFSA. And I had a team of people.
Yeah.
And at the last minute, by the grace of God, the college said, okay, well, she can go.
Yeah.
And that took the pressure off.
Well, we'll help
You
you
know.
as much as possible. Thank you for your words.
I'm gonna give you my phone number before we leave.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Board of Directors before.
Wait, you want to
Oh,
just make sure
yes.
there's no additional public comment?
And, oh, yeah, are there any additional public comments from people online? Does anyone see any hands raised or questions? None? All right, thank you for that. So I'm gonna just announce our future meetings, all right? So we have our property committee meeting is going to be November 2nd, which is right around the corner at 6:30. It's Wednesday. Also, our policy committee meeting is November 3rd at 6:30. That's a Thursday. Our education committee meeting is November 16th at 6:30. That is a Wednesday. And then our next committee meeting of the whole is going to be November 21st, which is at 6:30, which is a Monday. And our next board business meeting is on the 28th, which at 6:30, it is a Monday. Board of Directors, I usually give you this time to go around if anybody wants to make a comment about what they've been doing lately. We as Board of Directors, we are out and about, and I've been urging for board members to get out there. And so we're just gonna go around really quickly through the room and just talk about what our activities have been about recently. So we're gonna start with Ms. Val Cook-Henry.
I'll pass at this point.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Wright?
I've been working with, I've been recently appointed back as a Democratic committee person in Yaden, so pray for me.
Oh, congratulations. Goodness, Mr. Wright.
That would be it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wright. Ms. Hall?
We skipped last one, so I'll just give you my list. Kindergarten opening at Ardmore Avenue was fabulous. Back to school night at Ardmore, Penwood Middle, and Penwood High School. DCIU Legislative Council to see the great work that they're doing. The DCC dinner, which I agree was fabulous. The college fair, it was wall to wall to wall. It was amazing. Lots of parents, lots of young adults asking lots of questions. Really well attended. I got to see Mr. Vandy there. We did voter registration events at the high school. I got to support Miss Calvin in that. She's on the Lansdowne Democrats now. I got a tour of Williamson Trade School, so if any of our young people want to talk about that. And on November 5th, I'll be going to Harrisburg, Camp Hill, to vote in the PSBA Delegate Assembly on the PSBA platform, which this board graciously appointed me to do so. That's it.
All right, awesome. Mr. Tong?
So the last month, we've been having some community meetings regarding our building improvements in Yaden and East Lansdowne. And we've had some meetings, and I've attended a couple of those to promote and share with the community all the things that are going to be happening. Additionally, I've also joined the rest of the team at DCCC at a wonderful event where we were shown the plans for Delaware County, and I'm super excited about all the events and the things that are going to be happening at DCCC. Can't wait till that occurs. And that wraps up my summary.
Awesome, thank you for that. Ms. Hopkins?
Yes, ma'am. So I too attended the welcome back to school at Walnut Lane, and also the back to school at Walnut Lane, and those two events were very exciting, and I have to say I love my little clappers, and I clapped the kids in, and it was just so much fun. October the 30th through November the 2nd, I'll be attending the PSBA Board Leadership Conference in the Poconos. And on the 5th of November, I'll be attending via Zoom, though, the board delegate assembly.
Awesome, awesome.
Are you attending as a witness?
My business on the street. I'm finished going.
Oh,
You can talk about that.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hopkins. Okay, Mr. Bill.
No, I'll defer.
Ms. Richardson?
Oh, okay,
He said he deferred.
Okay, I did attend the back to school night at Walnut with Mr. Williams, and I had with the uniforms, slightly used uniforms, and asked for a donation from those parents that who wanted them. Some gave donations, some took the uniform. So I was able to give a donation to Walnut Street for that in the amount of $100. So, okay, last Saturday, I think the art theater had a car wash at the middle school.
I was there, yeah.
And so I was able to talk to Ms. Jordan about that, and I gave her a donation concern for that.
Awesome, awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that, Ms. Richardson. Ms. Wadia Ivory?
Hi. I just wanted to also add, and we do have a personnel committee meeting tomorrow. That was not on the agenda, but I did have the opportunity to attend the DCC event to see what the plans were for the new Prendergrass campus, and that was a great event to be able to see what possible opportunities we could use Delaware County Community College as a partnership, even more than what we're currently doing. And that's it.
Awesome. Had the opportunity to go with the board of directors to DCC to see all the things that they have coming up. I attended back to school nights. I spoke to a lot of different parents at back to school nights. I also attended the car wash that we had. I also had the opportunity to meet with the Delaware County school board directors as far as all the presidents. So the presidents get up together, we meet for dinner, and we talk about different ideas and different situations that each president may be dealing with in their district. Just a great opportunity to get together. This month, actually last week, we were supposed to meet to go to Springfield High School. If you know, Springfield High School has just gotten a new school. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a tour of Springfield High School and learn about the good things that they've done and the bad things with regard to building a school. It's about, taking the opportunity to learn, because that's what we're doing as well. We're building our schools up. So I need to learn, did they make mistakes? Were there things that we should be looking at? So I've been just doing the best I can to educate myself as the president to learn more about the different infrastructures and things that the schools around us, the districts around us are doing as well. So that pretty much wraps up my movement.
Can I just mention, Pam did send us a notification of Park Lane Elementary Schools holding its annual Red Ribbon Week anti-march, drug march on Friday, October the 28th.
Okay.
And the principals and staff will leave the school at 12 noon to begin the march. They will be joined by Mayor Darren Burrell, the Darby Police Department, and the Darby Fire Department.
Awesome. It's a march against drugs.
Anti-drug.
Anti-drugs. And that's really good. I just want,
Colleen had one this morning.
I didn't hear about college.
I know, I didn't
hear
hear.
about it. But I want to say thank you to the Board of Directors for reporting on your movement. It's really important for people to hear from us and know the things that we do. I know they don't see us every single day, but to know that we're in the mix, we're involved, and people can come up, we're personable, come up and talk to us and know that we're in the know of what we're doing. So I just appreciate you sharing your story, and I appreciate you doing the work that you do. If nothing else needs to be said, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.